Some companies compete, but some they command. Shadowy giants you've probably never heard of, yet they're quietly shaping the future. Not household names like Apple or Tesla, but make no mistake, they're embedded deep in the tech we rely on, the infrastructure of tomorrow. One of the biggest? CATL, Contemporary Amperex Technology Limited. They're not just battery manufacturers, they're the silent power brokers of the electric era. Imagine OPEC, but for energy storage. That's the kind of influence we're talking about. And in the next 12 to 18 months, CATL's latest innovation won't just end up in your next EV, you'll want it. Because this isn't a small step forward. It's a seismic rewrite of what batteries can do and what we believed was possible. This isn't theory. This isn't locked in a lab. It's real, it's rolling out, and it changes the entire game. For years, the EV revolution has been held back, limited by range anxiety, battery decay, and the constant what-ifs. How far can I go? How long will it last? Will this even be worth it? The industry's thrown billions trying to fix it, chasing breakthroughs in solid-state tech, new anode materials, and magic electrolytes. Lots of hype, plenty of keynote slides. Not much else. But CATL doesn't chase buzz. They build empires. They're already powering Tesla, Ford, BMW, Volkswagen, and they control a jaw-dropping 37% of the global EV battery market. In 2023 alone, they shipped over 240 gigawatt hours worth of batteries, a scale so massive it's hard to even visualize. But here's what's not abstract: power. The power to accelerate or stall the electric revolution for entire continents. Now they've dropped a bombshell, not with a flashy press conference, but with cold, hard science, a breakthrough in lithium metal batteries. Forget your current understanding. Lithium metal has always been the theoretical holy grail. Insane energy density, but it came with a fatal flaw, a lifespan shorter than a politician's promise. They burned bright, then died fast, unusable for the real world. Until now. CATL's latest prototype isn't just good, it's a cheat code. We're talking an energy density of over 500 watt-hours per kilogram, and let that number sink in. Your typical high-end lithium iron phosphate LFP battery, like BYD's Blade or CATL's own, sits around 160 to 190 watt-hours per kilogram. The much-hyped solid-state batteries from companies like QuantumScape or Factorial, they're targeting, optimistically, around 350 to 400 watt-hours per kilogram, maybe 375 in current advanced prototypes. CATL's new lithium metal isn't just 30% better than solid-state hopefuls, it's in a different dimension. It makes current best-in-class look like steam power. What does 500 watt-hours per kilogram feel like? Take a Tesla Model 3 or a BYD Seal, slot in a modest 70 kilowatt-hour pack of these new cells. That's actually smaller than some current battery packs. And you're not looking at a bit more range. You're looking at an easy 1,000 kilometers or 600 miles. No hypermiling, no praying to the electron gods. Just drive 600 miles. That's New York to Detroit with range to spare. Los Angeles to San Francisco, and almost back again. This isn't incremental. This is a paradigm shift. And the implications? They ripple out, touching everything from your next car purchase to the geopolitical balance of energy. If piecing together these global power plays, understanding the tech that underpins tectonic shifts in industry and finance, if that's why you're here, then you already know. We don't just report the news, we decode the signals. So how did CATL crack a problem that has stumped the brightest minds for decades? It wasn't luck. It was a brutal, systematic dismantling of the mystery. They talk about quantitative mapping, which sounds sterile, academic. What it means is they treated the battery cell not as a black box of chemical reactions, but as a crime scene. They hunted for the killer. For years, the blame for lithium metal's short life fell on the usual suspects: solvent breakdown, dendrite growth, those insidious lithium spikes, dead lithium accumulation. Plausible theories, all partially true. But CATL, with their almost unsettling resources and focus, dug deeper. They tracked every molecule, every ion, every subtle degradation pathway. They're watching CATL like hawks, because this isn't just about better batteries. It's about who controls the energy future. It's about supply chains, raw material access, and the kind of technological leverage that can make or break economies. CATL is typically quiet, but the signals are there. This isn't a 10 years from now maybe scenario. For initial high-value applications, for specialized uses, think supercars, race cars, perhaps even the nascent electric aviation sector where every gram counts. This technology could appear much sooner. Imagine electric aircraft with intercity range, not just glorified puddle jumpers. That becomes very, very real with 500 watt-hours per kilogram. For mainstream automotive, give it 5 years, maybe less for premium models. By 2030, this kind of performance could be filtering down. Now think about the timelines politicians are setting, 2035. That's the year many Western jurisdictions, 15 US states, Canada, the UK, the EU, are mandating an end to new internal combustion engine sales. China will be long past ICE by then, a footnote in their automotive history. Consider the landscape in 2035. We already have around 1,000 kilowatt fast charging. CATL's own chill-in battery can add 250 miles of range in 10 minutes. By 2035, 500 kilowatt charging will be commonplace. Your 10-minute fill-up will be standard. Battery packs with energy densities of at least 300 watt-hours per kilogram, even without lithium metal, will be the norm, effectively doubling average EV range compared to today, assuming pack sizes stay similar. Then layer on lithium metal batteries like CATLs. Suddenly, EVs aren't just matching gasoline cars for convenience, they're surpassing them. Imagine a world where your car routinely gets 600, 700, even 800 miles when on a charge, and that charge takes up 10 to 15 minutes. The argument for internal combustion doesn't just weaken, it evaporates. It becomes a relic, a curiosity for enthusiasts, like steam engines or horse-drawn carriages. Anyone still betting on gasoline in 2035 hasn't fully grasped the velocity of this technological tsunami. They're standing on the beach, admiring the pretty waves, unaware of the wall of water just over the horizon. This isn't just about convenience. It's about a fundamental reordering. Manufacturing shifts, energy grids transform, geopolitics realign around new resource dependencies. Lithium, yes, but also the intellectual property and manufacturing capacity for these advanced cells. What do you think about this? Let us know in the comments section.